Hey everybody. Just recently I had the chance to pick up one of these 2021 Haro Masters. It's the DMC 26-inch wheels. It's on their website right now, but isn't available for purchase yet. I actually ordered this from a local store here in Ankeny. The way I acquired this was my dad had a bunch of my brother's old bikes up in the attic of his garage, and he had a Haro 20-inch and an old Mongoose from the 80s, 20-inch bikes, and I ended up selling all those parts on eBay and making enough money to pick up actually two of these. So if you've got a bunch of your old childhood bikes, stashed away in a shed or in a garage somewhere, those are worth a lot of money now. So definitely, if you can, if you're willing to, definitely think about selling them, because there's a lot of people my age who are looking to build the bikes that they had when they were kids. The problem with me is I got old and fat, so so I had to get a bigger version of basically those bikes. I tried riding a 20-inch bike for a while, but I did not fit on it very well. So went for the big boy edition of this bike with the 26-inch. Just want to talk to you about some of the details it has. There's not a lot of pictures of it yet. There's not a lot of pictures on Haro's website or videos on it or anything like that. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys this bike and just see what you think. So starting out, it's got 26-inch tires, just like I said before, on the rims, and these are Kenda tires, and they are really nice tires. It's got a V brake on the back, which makes for excellent stopping. No front brake on this, but typically if you're just riding around, if you're not doing freestyle and stuff like that, you don't really need a front brake, or racing or something like that. The color I just love. Everyone is kind of up in arms about the color, but the turquoise is definitely like a throwback to the days of old when they used to use that turquoise color on their bikes, along with the darker bluish green, which I really like too. Last year's, if you remember, was green, and I almost got a green one from last year, but they told me they just could not get one. They were just all sold out, so I had to wait for this year's, which I ended up being really relieved for, because I love this color. Totally vintage Haro. So here's a view from the front. It's got obviously all the latest in head units. So it's got the built-in bearings with built-in sealed bearings with a threadless stem, and the stem comes up to here like this, and then it's got the old school H Haro looking stem on it, and then if you come up, it's got a reflector on it that comes from the factory. I'll probably take that off, but these are the handlebars. Really cool, old school with the trying to get a focus on this, with the splines in the handlebars, and the grips are so cool. I love them. They got the Haro on the inside here, and then the Haro on the outside. I can get a focus here, but also there's some key elements. Sorry about that, I accidentally pushed the stop button. There's some key elements that I really love about this bike, compared to the last year's. Also is the split top tube. That is really cool, and they did that a while ago. If you remember, a lot of the 80s ones just had a straight top tube coming across here. Then they had these flares that came off here, so when you're doing freestyle tricks with standing on the seat or standing next to the seat, you had somewhere to stand for that. But this split top tube was kind of really old school. I love the look at that. I love the look of that. And I keep noticing little details here and there. There's the Haro chevrons there in the gusset for the lower tube, and welds are all beefy. Sealed bearings in the front, loose bearings in the back with these hubs, and then just the stickers look phenomenal. It's got that old school striped, kind of fades into each other. It's got Haro Master on one side. It's got the Freestyler sticker on the side. It has the Haro lineage badge here engraved into the side of the stem, or gosh, I can't think of the name of that right now. Sorry, but it's got the Haro there. It's got a Haro team sticker on the side here. And then it's got the really cool old school. And I know this is old school because I just sold one just like this Haro disc. It's, I believe it's 39 teeth. And then it's got the old, it's got a really cool engraving in the 175 millimeter crank arm. This is Haro bikes. 78 on it. And then the pedals are kind of a throwback to the old Haros. They're plastic. They've got Haro on them. And then a reflector. But same on both sides. And then obviously this is a Dennis McCoy. You can spot one of these from a mile away. So something else really cool they did was on the seat. And I'm honestly thinking about taking this seat off for no other reason than if you look, this is in bright, there we go, or hang on. If you look here, this is embroidered. So it's really, really, you know, it's really easy to snag that with like your back pockets or something like that, like the seams on your back pockets. So I'm thinking about taking the seat off and just saving it. And it says DMC since 1966. Looks like it's got DMC throwing a knack on there, or a neck, which is really cool. A really cool detail. I love that. So that's this side. Like I said, it's got the V-brake. We'll go over it one more time. Get the V-brake. I believe it's a, I can't remember if it's 19 or 16 tooth rear freewheel. That's not really important. But just a look from the back, you know, when you're sitting on this thing, just looks so cool with those. Sorry about the background in here. I'm in the shop, so thought I got the best lighting in here versus outside. I could kind of see what I was doing. But let's spin it around now and take a look at the other side. A few other stickers that are pretty cool. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so here's the other side. I guess there's no other stickers. It's just pretty much a mirror image of the other side, obviously without the powertrain there. But it looks very similar. Just such a cool bike. Just such a cool bike. I love the vintage look of that top tube. As I've said like a million times. If you can't tell, I'm really excited about this. I'm out of breath because I rode it for a little bit before I made this video to kind of give you a review on what I like about it too, and maybe a few things that I might change on it. But yeah, this is the other side, and just a cool bike. I am 6 feet tall, and this is a 26-inch bike. Now on a 20-inch bike, I look like I look ridiculous on a 20-inch bike. On a 26-inch bike, it's still a little small for me, but I look a lot better. I'm gonna make some videos of me riding it just to show you if you're 6 foot or taller, maybe that would help you gauge on whether or not you want to go with a bike like this or not. So I'll show you a couple videos of me riding it, and as long as you don't laugh at me, but I can't do any tricks or anything like that. So that way, like I said, if you're 6 feet or over, it might give you a good gauge of which one you're looking for. They also make this in a 24-inch. So if you're shorter than that, they got a shorter version if this looks too tall for you. And these are going to be hard to find in shops. These are going to be pretty special order. So it's not like you're going to be able to go into a shop and test ride them. So that's kind of why I'm making this video, because I had trouble at least finding these in my shops to test ride, to kind of test, do I want the 24, do I want the 26? So I just went with the 26 because it's the tallest wheel. So let's take a look at me riding it now. So yeah, that's what it looked like on it. Knees come up kind of high, but other than that, the handlebars are a little bit lower than I would like. But let's talk about what I like and don't like about it now. Okay, so I've had it over a little under a week now, and I've ridden it quite a bit because let me just tell you, this bike is worth every penny. I think it's either $6 or $7.49 on the website, and that's right around what I paid for it. worth every penny. Coming from a guy who's ridden all bikes, all walks of life of bikes, this, if you're looking something, you know, if you're around your 40s like me, you had a Haro, or you know, you had friends with Haros like this back when you were a kid. This would be such a cool bike just to tool around with your kids on the trails, or out with your friends or something like that, you know, just hanging out. Just a really cool bike to have. Like I said, just with that retro look and the retro colors. I love this bike, and it's hard for me to say anything bad about it, but there's just a couple things that I would change if I would have designed this. First of all, like I said, outside, the handlebars are sitting kind of low. If you look at that compared to these are pretty much, you know, what your standard normal BMX handlebars would be. Probably a 7 inches to 7 to 8 inches of rise off of the stem there. But other than that, maybe something other than, you know, for a $800 bike, maybe something other than just plastic pedals. I know they're retro, I know they're a throwback, but that would be the only other thing that I would change. Other than that, the tires are awesome. They roll nice and smooth. The bearings in the front and the rear tires are just unbelievable. The stance looks, I mean, looking at it, you can barely tell it's a 26-inch bike. I mean, it looks like, you know, just looking at it without someone standing next to it for scale, it looks like the old 20-inch bikes. I love this about this. This is what I wanted. This is something I wanted retro. My kid, one of my boys has a Haro. The other one has a mountain bike, but both of them have ridden an old Haro that I had. It was actually a Dave Mira Haro, but it's pretty sweet. But sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. But if you have a chance to get this bike, I totally recommend it. I know it's a lot of money to be spending on not actually sitting on one and riding one. Like I said, you're gonna have a hard time finding this bike in your stores because it's just gonna fly off the shelves. And typically, Haro sells out of their pretty much all their bikes, especially now with how a lot of people are kind of cooped up. They want to get out and ride bikes. Bikes are flying off the shelves, but especially with this one, it's got this awesome nostalgic value. It's got it just looks cool, and like I said, you can see me on. I'm a big fat old dude. I think I look pretty cool on it. So, you know, if you're looking at getting a $1,200 mountain bike and you never plan on going out and riding trails, if you're just looking for something to tool around with your friends and family on, you know, just up and down the trails while you're teaching your kids how to ride bikes or whatever, or if you want to look really cool at the pump track or at the skate park, you know, if you're older, this is just a dream. This is just a dream bike. I had a GT. I never had a Haro, but I had a GT. My brother had a Haro, and this thing is just built so well. Just a great bike. So let's take another look at it real quick, and I'll quit blabbing, and you can make up your own mind on whether you want it or not. This is just to kind of help. I couldn't find any videos like this back when I was searching for them, so I want to make this just for people maybe like me who go, is 26 high enough for a 6-foot person, or is it built really well, you know, or is it just a bunch of stickers and tin, you know? But no, it is built really well. To me, worth every penny of what I spent on it. And like I said, if you're a little bit shorter than I am, probably a 26-inch, you know, if you have kids or something like that, teenagers that you want to get a really cool bike for, they make a 24-inch version of it. But yeah, this is it. I love this bike. You've seen my banana seat bike. I'm building another GT mountain bike out. But yeah, this bike, like I said, I did not build this one. This is all stock. But I'm probably going to put some taller handlebars on it. Probably going to change out the seat just to protect it. Nothing wrong with that seat. Soft, comfortable. I'm just worried about that embroidery popping loose and having that get ruined. So probably going to switch out the seat. But other than that, this thing is just a great bike and worth every penny. I can't recommend it enough. Like I said, because you're gonna be getting this sight unseen a lot of the time. So If you have any questions, if I missed anything, if I said something dumb, please leave a comment and let me know. And if you need me to make a video about anything else, like if you want me to, go more in depth on something else that's on here, take measurements, show you tape measure measurements. All the specs are on Haro's website, but if you want to see for yourself with a tape measure, let me know. I'll make a video about that. But other than that, this is just for people like me who are looking for a cool vintage bike, who want to know if these bikes are worth their salt for the price, and they are. So thank you so much for watching, and like I said, let me know if you have any questions. We'll see you later.